Reverse music theory, teaching you the why behind the what about what's hot in music theory.
Last time we looked at the key signature in the treble clef. This time in this video, we'll be looking at the key signature on the bass clef as well as moving into the advanced mode. Let's get started. Okay, so we are looking now at this music, and one final thing we want to point out. Can you guess what's missing? Well, if you're not familiar, you may not be able to spot it. If you're not familiar with sheet music at all, you may not be able to spot it. However, there's one symbol missing. If we're going to represent the piano music as a grand staff, once we have the key signature in the treble clef, alright, we also need to show it down here in the bass clef. So how does it look? Let's now add the B flat major key signature, but this time on the bass clef. Okay, there you go. This is what it looks like, as you can see here. Alright, so an important point to note is that on the bass clef, we have the second line counted from the bottom with a flat on it, and the third space also counted from the bottom, which is E flat. But compare that to the treble clef is at the top, where you've got B flat, the third line counted from the bottom, and E flat, fourth space counted from the bottom. Okay, so pay attention to the fact that they are positioned differently, representing D and E flat, and the key signature B flat major. Okay, so do you remember the Byron Cage and Israel Houghton track? Well, in this video, you will learn a simple way to lay out the entire score for the main instruments, including the rhythm section and the horns. Here now is a quick reminder of the intro.
Psalms 107:1 declares, it says, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, and his mercy, it endures forever." Come on, put your hands together with us as we sing this song of praise unto his name on this day. Let me say it first.
Okay, this is the score layout in a basic format. There could be other instruments, but I've just done the basic format for the main instruments as they would be seen on an actual score. So you can see at the top we have the B flat trumpet, followed by the alto saxophone, and then the tenor saxophone. Alright? Then in the middle we have the piano, grand staff, treble clef, and the bass clef, and then we have the bass guitar and the drum set. Okay, so that's an idea of how the score layout will be formatted. Now, what we're going to do is look at the concept of transposing instruments really briefly. We'll probably get into it a lot more later on in subsequent episodes, but for now, just take a note that, as you can see, we looked at B flat in the beginning and intermediate sections as the overall key. However, if you're writing for horn parts, in order for them to smoothly play and really play the notes you want to hear, you're going to have to change what key signature you write each instrument in. And as you can see here, you have tenor saxophone, for example, with no sharps or flats in the key signature, meaning that we're in C natural, whereas the original concert pitch is B flat. Okay? The same thing happens with the B flat trumpet.
Well, you might ask yourself, why is this the case? Why does the trumpet have to have a different key signature from, for example, the piano? The B flat trumpet is written a major second above concert pitch, and the tenor saxophone is written a major ninth above.
So basically, if you wanted to hear a B flat note, you would have to write a C note in the actual music. So to make it simple for them, we wouldn't score it in B flat, we would just score it in C. As you can see, that's happening here. Same thing for B flat trumpet as well as tenor saxophone. Alright, now the alto saxophone is written a major sixth above, which is why you see G instead of B flat. Anyway, what we want to do now is leave that alone for a second, because we're not trying to go too fast too soon. Let's have a listen to what it would probably sound like all together. Alright, I've just scored the introduction. So this is what introduction would sound like. This is a MIDI sound, so it's not going to be as delightful as the original. However, it's a concept just for learning purposes. So let's check it out. Let's have a listen.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Did you see that? That is so powerful. What you just saw is literally a transcribed score of the intro, particularly focusing on the horn section, the bass, and the drums. For Give Thanks, alright? So that's something really cool. What you want to do is go back, look it over, and get used to the general layout, because we're going to be doing lots more similar things in terms of the advanced concepts to do with music theory. This has been amazing. It's been a mouthful, more than a mouthful. There's been something for everyone at whatever level you're at. But this has been an amazing time. I just want to say that you can expect to be blown away. So once again, this is Alex and Fergus, and this has been Reverse Music Theory. I hope this has been helpful to you. Hope you've had a great time. Alright? Okay, now if you like this video, click like, and if you love it, then you can share it. And one more thing, pay attention to the message at the end of this video. It might change your life. See you in the next episode.